Hello, good morning, dear students. Once again, I am here, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Dear students, in last video, we have seen the Schmitt trigger, waveform generator and other operational amplifier circuits of your syllabus, that is instrumentation amplifier also. Now we will go through the another new topic, that is regulators. You have the 2-3 topics on regulators. Zinner diode regulator you have, and regulator using op-amps, as well as transistor series regulator and shunt regulators. These regulators you have to study. Now we will go through these regulators. What is this regulator? To understand the basics of the regulator, I would like to explain the power supply block diagram. You know very well this power supply block diagram that is used in every power supply. Here supposed to be we have sometimes 115 volt AC supply, or you may have a domestic 230 volt 50 Hz AC supply. Then here we will use the step down transformer, which will give either 12 volt or 24 volt AC supply. That is a step down from 230 volt to 24 volt, let us say. Then the output of the transformer, that is secondary of the transformer, is connected to the rectifier. We have also seen the rectifiers, half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier. The function of the rectifier is to convert this AC into pulsating DC. You can see this waveform. This is the secondary of the transformer, step down, and this is the full wave rectifier output where complete wave is rectified. Then to remove this AC nature, pulsating nature, that is noise or the ripples, we use the filter. Many types of filters are there. The capacitor type filter, inductor type filter, LC type filter or CLC filter, pi filter. The best suitable filters can be used to get the average DC value, pure DC value of this pulsating DC. But even there will be a variation. This is the output of the filter, you can see. So this variation occurs here. Now what is the next step of the filter to get the pure constant DC? That is only regulator. So regulator we use here after this filter. And this regulator will provide this constant DC output. You can see straight line after this filter, and this DC output is then applied to everywhere, that is in load and other parts of the circuits. So what is the function of the regulator? Regulator is a circuit which is used to provide the constant output voltage irrespective of the change in this input voltage, that is line voltage, or change in the load current. So what is the function of the regulator? The function of the regulator is provide the constant DC output voltage irrespective of the change in this line voltage, that is secondary of the transformer, or there may be a change in the load current, that is IL. So this is the function of the regulator. And this regulator is the very important part used in any of the power supply. In general, you can say in the mobiles or in any other chargers, we use this. Every domestic purpose, we use this 12 volt power supply, 6 volt power supply, 15 volt power supply, etc., which uses the regulator. So this is the function of the regulator. Now we will see a very important characteristics of the regulators. There are two important characteristics of regulators, that is line regulation and load regulation. What is this line regulation? It is a measure of the effectiveness of voltage regulator to maintain the output DC voltage constant despite the changes in the supply voltage. Line regulation means it is related with the line voltage. So to maintain the constant output voltage of the regulator irrespective of the change in the supply voltage is called as the line regulation. You can see this is the formula for the line regulation. That is, unit is millivolt per volt. Millivolt is the change in output, that is delta V naught. Upon this volt is change in input, that is delta Vi. This is line voltage and this is the output voltage. So this is called as regulation, line regulation. So this is the first important characteristics of the regulator called as a line regulation. Another is the load regulation, and it is related with the load side. It is a measure of the ability of a regulator to maintain the constant DC output despite the changes in the load current. So line regulation is related with the line voltage and load regulation is related with the load current. So irrespective of the change in the load current, the output is maintained constant of the regulator. It's called as a load regulation. The formula for the load regulation is the change in output voltage with respect to change in load current, that is millivolt per ampere is the unit, delta V naught upon delta IL. This is called as load regulation. So these two characteristics are important, line regulation and load regulation. Irrespective of these two characteristics, some more characteristics are there that we will see later on. The load and line regulation are generally represented in terms of the percentage. So load regulation is delta V naught by delta IL into 100 by V naught is the percentage load regulation. Other specifications. A common definition of the voltage regulation. This is percentage voltage regulation definition. In terms of mathematical analysis, we can write the regulation. Voltage regulation is a voltage at no load minus voltage at full load upon voltage at full load into 100. Voltage at no load means when the load current is 0. Voltage at full load means when the load current is maximum. So voltage, output voltage at no load minus output voltage at full load upon output voltage at full load into 100 is the voltage regulation, and it is in terms of percentage, therefore it is multiplied by 100, percentage voltage regulation. So as far as good regulator is concerned, the percentage regulation should be less. The ability to reduce the output ripple voltage is another specification, is the ripple rejection, that is in terms of the decibels. Ripple rejection means to remove the AC part, ripple part of the output voltage. So this is also in terms of the specification, and this is equal to minus 20 log of this V ripple output, that is ripple at the output upon ripple at the input. So minus 20 log of V ripple at the output upon V ripple at the input is the ripple rejection in decibels. Source resistance of a regulator. Then The another specification is the source resistance of a regulator. RS is equal to delta V naught upon delta IL. Change in output voltage upon change in load current is the source resistance. Internal source resistance can be obtained of the regulator by taking this ratio, change in output voltage upon change in load current, in terms of ohms, and it is very less. Sometimes it is in terms of milliohms. So it is a less quantity. Source resistance of a regulator. Voltage regulation in percentage, ripple rejection in decibels, and source resistance of a regulator in terms of ohms or milliohms. These are the other specifications generally used for the regulator purpose. Now, the basic regulator which is used and in your syllabus also is the Zinner diode voltage regulator. You know what is Zinner diode? You can see this diagram. This is the symbol of the Zinner diode. Already we have seen in the previous videos. And Zinner diode conducts in the reverse bias. That have the breakdown voltage called as the Zinner voltage here. After this Zinner voltage, this current will suddenly increase here. And this is called as a Zinner breakdown. And this part is important in case of the Zinner diode, that is reverse bias part. While in forward bias of the Zinner diode, it will work as an ordinary diode. Ordinary forward bias like this. If it is silicon diode, you will get knee voltage is equal to 0.7 volt and conducts the current. But the effect of the Zinner diode is in the reverse bias. So to get a constant voltage at the output, Zinner diode can be used as a regulator. And that regulator depends upon the value of the Zinner diode. If I use Zinner diode has a particular fixed voltages, let us say Vz. So Zinner diode has this Vz, it is written here, you can see. This is the voltage Vz across the Zinner diode. And this Zinner diode available with the voltages supposed to be a 6.2 volt, 7.2 volt, 12 volt, 11.5 volt, like this type of Zinner diodes are available. So that we can get the output across this Zinner diode is the Vz constantly, irrespective of the changes in the line voltage or the load current. So this is the basic circuit diagram for the Zinner diode regulator. This is unregulated DC power supply. Battery, unregulated battery you can use here, where the changes in the input are there. This is the source resistance connected in series, and in shunt this Zinner diode is connected. This Zinner diode is connected in shunt. Current flowing through the Zinner diode is IZT, and in parallel with this Zinner diode load resistance is connected, RL. Load current is flowing through this RL is the IL. And this is the characteristics of the Zinner diode. This is the Zinner voltage here, where this current increases in the reverse condition, negative voltage, and this current is the Zinner current at Vz. And this is the straight line shown here for the Vz, and this difference is called as delta Vz, change in Zinner voltage. So what will happen here? As we change this unregulated power supply or input at this unregulated power supply, there will be a change in this Zinner current. Even then, this Vz across the Zinner diode will be constant. Since this is in parallel with the RL, so there will be no change across this voltage, across the RL. You will get the output equal to Vz. Even if there is a change in the load current also. As IZT changes, IL also change. But even if there is a change in IL, you will get the output Vz across the RL. And hence, this is called as regulator. As IL changes, constant output Vz. As input changes, constant output Vz. So this is the characteristics of the regulator, and you will get the output. This is called as Zener voltage regulator. Certain notes are given here for the Zener voltage regulator for your reference, which I have already told you. Here it is written, you can see some points. Vz depends on I and temperature, current and temperature. Zener voltage. Zener diodes with rated voltage less than 6 volt have negative temperature coefficient. Those rated greater than 6 volt have positive temperature coefficient. This is very important factor. The Zener diodes which are having the voltage is fixed, which is less than 6 volt, have negative temperature coefficient, means as temperature increases, resistance decreases. And those rated have greater than 6 volt have positive temperature coefficient. As temperature increases, resistance also increases. In order to maintain a constant V out output voltage, the Zener current IZT varies in response to change of either IL, that is load current, or VI, that is unregulated input voltage. For example, when RL increases, IL decreases. Then IZT has to increase to keep the current through RS constant. Since the voltage drop across RS is constant, V naught stays constant. You can see one more diagram. Voltage across this RS constant, this will keep the output constant. So this is the function of the Zener diode regulator. And now these are some formulae on the Zener diode regulator. RS is the source resistance connected to the in series with the diode, Zener diode, and this RS is equal to VI minus Vz upon IRS. IRS is the current flowing through the RS. VI is the input voltage that is applied before the RS, and Vz is the Zener diode voltage. So current through RS is given by VI minus Vz upon IRS, and IRS is the total current flowing through the load and Zener diode, that is IZT plus IL. This is IRS. So this is the value of RS you can calculate, and for fixed value of VI but variable RL, you can calculate minimum RL is equal to Vz by IRS. Vz is equal to RS into Vz. IRS is nothing but RS upon VI minus Vz into this Vz. So this is minimum value of RL and maximum value of load Vz upon IL minimum. And Vz upon IL minimum is IRS minus IZ minimum. And datasheet will provide the value of Zener current maximum and minimum, and also Zener voltage. That is given with every Zener diode datasheet. So you can refer the maximum and minimum limits of the Zener diode from their datasheet. For fixed RL but variable VI, if input is varying and load resistance is fixed, then minimum VI input voltage is RL plus RS upon RL into Vz, and maximum VI is equal to IR max into RS plus Vz, where IR max is equal to maximum Zener current plus load resistance. So these are the very important formulas used with the Zener diode regulator, and using these formulas, very simple formulas are there. These formulas, first formula is to calculate the value of RS. Second formula, calculate the value of minimum value of RL load resistance and maximum value of RL. Calculate the value of minimum input voltage and maximum input voltage, and the output ripple voltage of the Zener diode is sometimes ripples also occurs at the output. This ripple can be calculated as V ripple output is equal to RL parallel to RZ upon RL parallel to RZ plus RS into V ripple input. V ripple output is given by load resistance RL parallel to Zener resistance. It is given by the datasheet upon RL parallel to Zener resistance plus source resistance into this minimum ripple in input. Sometimes this need to calculate the ripple voltage at the output. If some ripples are exist, then you have to consider the input ripple also. So this is about the ripple formula and formulas of the Zener diode. In next video, we will go for the another regulators which is in your syllabus, that is transistor series regulator, transistor shunt regulator, transistor series voltage regulator, transistor shunt voltage regulator, and the op amp regulators, and another is the your IC 723 voltage regulator and 3-pin regulators. So today we have discussed about this Zener diode regulator completely in detail along with the formula. So dear students, kindly go through the Zener diode regulator, because I have seen in your examination papers the Zener diode regulator was asked. So you can draw this circuit of the Zener diode regulator, explain its operation, and use these formulas to calculate its value. Okay? If you have any difficulties, kindly ask me at any time, please. Thank you very much for listening this video. Tomorrow we will continue the video on the regulator, the transistor regulators, and then we will go for the operational amplifier regulator, and then a basic regulator, general purpose regulator IC 723. These are the importance of the regulators which we will see later on. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.